Each discovery has a theme centered on a part of everyday life in ancient Egypt. However, Unveiling the Secrets of the Nile Valley is a fascinating journey through the rich history of one of the world's most old civilizations. From the Great Pyramids of Giza to the tomb of Tutankhamun, Egypt has captivated the world with its mysterious ancient treasures. But what other discoveries lie hidden beneath the sands? Are there still secrets waiting to be uncovered? So, let's see the top 10 discoveries of ancient Egyptian sites and artifacts which are of cultural significance to the country.
I think this is the end for another side. Here.
You got the other edge?
Yes.
Okay.
Another edge.
And here's the back here.
Yes.
Number 10. Valley of the Golden Mummies, Bahariya Oasis. The Valley of the Golden Mummies is a huge burial site at Bahariya Oasis in the western desert of Egypt, dating to the Greco-Roman period. Discovered in 1996 by Zahi Hawass and his Egyptian team, approximately 250 mummies, approximately 2,000 years old, were recovered over the period of several seasons. Eventually, the excavator further estimated a total of more than 10,000 mummies to date. Furthermore, it is the sacred place, a unique archaeological site featuring hundreds of mummies dating back to the Ptolemaic and Roman periods, many of which were adorned with golden masks and jewelry, as you can see here. The mummies found in the Valley of the Golden Mummies are considered to be some of the best preserved examples of the ancient Egyptian mummification technique. They all practiced mummification. The deceased internal organs were removed, and the body was then dried using a mixture of natron, a naturally occurring salt, and other substances. The dried body was then wrapped in linen bandages and often adorned with golden masks and jewelry. The mummification process was believed to ensure the preservation of the body and the safe passage of the soul into the afterlife. Number 9. Secret Mummy Cave, Deir el-Bahri. The secret mummy cave, also known as the Tomb of the Priestess, is located in the Deir el-Bahri area of Egypt. It was discovered in 1881 by a local antiquities dealer and was found to contain an extensive collection of mummies dating back to the New Kingdom period, 1550 to 1070 BCE. The mummies were those of priestesses of the god Amun and their families, who were buried in the cave to protect them from tomb robbers. The mummies found in the cave were well preserved, due in part to the dry desert climate and the fact that they were buried in a cave rather than a tomb. Many of the mummies were adorned with intricate jewelry, and some still had their hair intact. The cave also contained a variety of funerary objects, such as shabti figures and amulets, which were placed with the mummies to ensure their safe passage into the afterlife. It contains an extraordinary collection of mummified remains and funeral equipment of more than 50 kings, queens, and other royal family members of the New Kingdom, as it was used as a cache for royal mummies during the 21st dynasty. The secret mummy cave is a unique and important discovery, providing a rare glimpse into the funerary practices of New Kingdom period. The cave is now open for visitors, and it's a must-see destination for those interested in ancient Egyptian culture and history. Number 8. The Greater Temple of Abu Simbel, Abu Simbel. The Greater Temple of Abu Simbel, located in Abu Simbel, Egypt, is a massive ancient temple complex built during the reign of the pharaoh Ramses II in the 13th century BC. The temple was originally located on the banks of the Nile River, but was moved to its current location in the 1960s to avoid flooding from the Aswan High Dam. The temple is famous for its 4 20-meter-tall statues of Ramses II at the facade, which are believed to have been carved directly from the rock cliffs in which the temple was built. However, the inner part of the temple has the same triangular layout that most ancient Egyptian temples follow, with rooms decreasing in size from the entrance to the sanctuary. The temple complex is in structure and quite unusual because of its many side chambers. Temples were built to commemorate the king and queen Nefertari, who also served as a lasting monument of the king's reign and his relationship to the god Amun. The temples are considered one of the most remarkable engineering and architectural achievements in ancient times, and are a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 7. Lost Temple of Akhmim, Akhmim. The Lost Temple of Akhmim, also known as the Temple of Min, is an ancient temple complex located in Akhmim, Egypt. The temple is believed to have been built during the reign of the pharaohs of the 18th dynasty and dedicated to the god Min, the god of fertility. The temple was one of the most important religious centers in the region during ancient times and was visited by many people seeking blessings and good fortune. However, over time the temple fell into disrepair and was eventually lost to history. The temple ruins were rediscovered in the 20th century and have been excavated and studied by archaeologists. The temple complex is known for its well-preserved reliefs and inscriptions, which provide valuable insight into the religious beliefs and practices of ancient Egypt. The temple is not open to the public, but it's still an important archaeological site. Number 6. Tomb of Seti I, Valley of the Kings. The Tomb of Seti I is an ancient Egyptian tomb located in the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt. The tomb was built for Seti I, the father of the famous pharaoh Ramses II, who ruled Egypt during the 19th dynasty of the New Kingdom period. The tomb's long corridor leads to a series of chambers, the most important of which is the burial chamber, and the longest tomb in the valley, at 137.19 meters. It contains the very well-preserved decorations, including colorful paintings and intricate carvings. The reliefs in all but 2 of its 11 chambers and side rooms. One of the back chambers is decorated with the opening of the mouth ceremony, which stated that the mummy's eating and drinking organs were properly functioning, believing in the need for these functions in the afterlife. This was a very important ritual. The tomb also features inscriptions from the Book of the Dead, which were intended to guide the pharaoh's soul through the afterlife. The tomb is considered to be one of the most beautiful and well-preserved tombs in the Valley of the Kings and is open to visitors. Number 5. The Town of the Tomb Builders, Luxor. The Town of the Tomb Builders, also known as Deir el-Medina, is an ancient Egyptian village located in Luxor, Egypt. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site itself. A significant find of papyri was made in the 1840s in the vicinity of the village, and many objects were also found during the course of the 19th century. The archaeological site was first seriously excavated between 1905 and 1909, which uncovered large amounts of ostraca in the place. Interestingly, this village was home to the workers who were responsible for building and decorating the tombs in the Valley of the Kings and the Valley of the Queens. The village was occupied from the 18th to the 20th dynasty of the New Kingdom period, and was home to the skilled artisans and craftsmen who were responsible for creating the intricate and beautiful tombs that have come to define ancient Egyptian culture. However, the village being well-planned and self-sufficient with houses, workshops, and communal areas, it was protected by a wall and gate. It means it has well-preserved wall paintings and inscriptions, which provide valuable insight into the daily lives of the people who live there. Pretty cool, right? If you're enjoying the video, then consider subscribing to us so that you won't miss amazing videos from us. Number 4. Tomb of Tutankhamun, Valley of the Kings. It is also known as the Tomb of the Boy King. It's an ancient Egyptian tomb located in the Valley of the Kings in Luxor, Egypt. The tomb was built for Tutankhamun, an 18th dynasty pharaoh who ruled Egypt during the New Kingdom period. The tomb was discovered in 1922 by archaeologist Howard Carter and was found to be largely intact, making it one of the most significant archaeological discoveries in history. The tomb is known for its rich and well-preserved decorations, including colorful paintings, intricate carvings, and large collections of grave goods, which provide a glimpse into the life and death of the pharaohs. The tomb is also famous for the discovery of the pharaoh's sarcophagus and the famous golden mask of Tutankhamun. The tomb is open to visitors, but due to preservation reasons, only a limited number of people are allowed in per day. Number 3. The Great Pyramid. Everyone has seen how the Great Pyramid of Egypt looks like and its history. However, no one has made a valid conclusion on how it was built. The Great Pyramid, also known as the Pyramid of Khufu in Giza, Egypt, which was supposedly built during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom period, around 2500 BC, and was the largest and most grandiose of the 3 pyramids in Giza. It was built as the tomb of the pharaoh Khufu, and it was constructed using around 2.3 million limestone blocks. The pyramid originally stood 146 meters tall, but it has since lost some of its height due to erosion and the removal of its limestone casing. Inside the pyramid, there are 3 main chambers: the King's Chamber, the Queen's Chamber, and the Subterranean Chamber. It is considered to be one of the ancient world's greatest engineering and architectural achievements ever. Being such an ancient yet enormous monument, it is a popular tourist attraction today and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Number 2. Unfinished obelisk, ancient Egyptian construction techniques. The unfinished obelisk is the largest known ancient obelisk, and it's located in the northern region of the stone quarries of ancient Egypt in Aswan, Egypt. It was studied in detail by Reginald Engelbach in 1922. The obelisk and wider quarry were inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List in 1979 as part of the Nubian monuments from Abu Simbel to Philae. Despite the quarry site being neither Nubian nor between Abu Simbel and Philae, it's believed to be carved out of a single piece of granite, and is believed to have been intended for the Temple of Ra in Heliopolis. However, the obelisk was never completed, possibly due to a crack in the granite. The obelisk provides an interesting glimpse into the ancient Egyptian construction techniques. It is estimated that it would have stood around 42 meters tall if it had been completed. The quarry where the obelisk was being carved gives us a better understanding of the tools and techniques that were used to cut, shape, and move such large pieces of stone in ancient times. Number 1. Khufu Ship Giza Pyramid Complex. The Khufu ship is an ancient Egyptian ship that was discovered in 1954, buried next to the Great Pyramid of Giza. The ship was built during the reign of the pharaoh Khufu, for whom the pyramid was also built, and is believed to have been intended to transport his body and funeral goods to his tomb. Pretty amazingly, we will find the structure constructed using cedar wood, which was imported from Lebanon and is considered one of the oldest intact ships in the world. The ship is almost 143 feet long and was built using a variety of techniques, including pegged mortise and tenon joints. The ship was disassembled and reassembled in a specifically designed museum on the site of the Giza Pyramid Complex, where it is now on display for visitors. The Khufu ship is considered an important discovery in the history of ancient Egyptian technology and seafaring. From the Great Pyramids of Giza to the secret mummy cave and tomb where the Book of the Dead were intended to guide the pharaoh's soul through the afterlife, we have explored some of the most amazing discoveries of Egypt that have captivated the world. But the question remains, what other secrets and treasures are yet to be discovered? Is there still some more to be known to the world? It is this sense of wonder and possibility that makes Egypt's history so endlessly fascinating and leaves us eagerly anticipating the next big discovery. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I'm sure you're going to love to watch our video about the first ancient advanced civilization that ever existed. Make sure to subscribe to us and never miss our amazing videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay tuned.